You were
Welcome
definitely
to the
on track.
Super Cup finals. It's Jake versus Nuno, best of 7. We'll start at the Houston Roval. We're underway here. Nuno got the pole position start, so Jake's just going to tuck into the slipstream for the time being. They wind through the first sector here. Jake dropping back a little bit. He's going to need to get back into slip. Both of them make a mistake. Nuno runs slightly wide on the exit. They run through towards the grassy section of the stadium. Nuno takes a good line. Jake, not so much, and it's looking already falling out of Jake's fingers. We had the semi-final of Nuno v Antti just earlier. Nuno took a clean sweep against Antti. You'd expect Jake very much coming into this one as the underdog, but of course you just never know. He tested every single track on his way to this Super Cup final to ensure that he would be able to get it. Nuno makes a mistake. Will that allow Jake back into it? He's going to need a very good few corners here.
Oh, stutters, shit.
Oh, stutters for Nuno. This could balance it all out again. Jake's right up behind him. Jake gets something wrong there. We're not quite sure what it was, but he came to nearly a dead stop on the track. We've got just about a lap and a half remaining here at Houston. Looks like Nuno's still in the lead for the time being. Jake does dip slightly wide on the exit of that corner, take some grass. That's not an ideal racing line there. Again, as well, they just need to keep the cars under control. Will Nuno Stutters be the better of him in this event, in this final of the second ever Super Cup in the UR2D server? Nuno just wobbling away at the moment, and Jake, as he goes through a few corners behind, is not looking good for the win here. He might be able to do better at a track that is more evenly paced. This one has a lot of corners that can be quite difficult. And we're right at the end of the match here. Nuno takes the win. Jake, second place, and it's 1-0 to Nuno for the first leg of the final.
Always nice to see an underdog do well.
Exactly.
Second, let's get the Polish track. Alright.
Second one here, Toria Strobe, I think. We're ready to go.
Oh, something like that.
Nuno going through here. Jake starts from second once more. He's just in that slipstream of Nuno for the time being. Needs to get the lines right through this sector. It's pretty much all flat out through the driving instruction chicane, so they go up towards the top right. This is maybe the more pace even track that Jake might have been looking for, particularly that last corner. Very susceptible to a move up the inside if you're bold enough to make it. Jake just gets it there, and he will take the lead. Nuno gets a better exit out through the last corner. Up into the first corner, they go side by side, and Nuno sweeps back through. Jake very much in the slipstream, all to play for in leg 2 here at the Polish track. Jake slightly wide, takes a little bit of grass there over the flags. You can never trust a Polish flag. He's right up behind Nuno. Once again through the top right corner, Nuno just sticking in this lead. Jake plunges down the inside. Nuno just keeps his line, keeps his momentum. Jake's going to go for it again into the last corner. Can he get it right this time? Both of them smack the wall on the exit. Nuno can't get him from the exit of that corner. Looks like Jake was expecting him to, though, because he completely messed up the first sector. He's pushed Nuno off there. And Nuno's still going to maintain slipstream, though, but we're on to lap 3 of 3. This best of 7 final. It might be 1-1 if Jake can hold on here. Nuno does have a couple more spots where he'll be looking to overtake if he can get a good run through this back straight. Is he going to go to the outside, the inside? Which way is it going to be? He tries to get a good exit. He doesn't manage it. Jake wins leg 2. Oh, Nuno, was it just a bit of grass that you took on the entry?
Yeah.
That's the 9. Right.
Ooh, rest.
That's okay.
Jake was closing the door there. That's 3.
Yeah, a little bit. We're underway in Brest. Nuno to the inside. He actually got the second place start, but that is more beneficial in Brest. Takes a very wide line, gets the switchback going into the hairpin. That's a lovely little move. This is, of course, the renovated version of Brest, unlike anything that we've seen before, specially made for this season 11 track submissions. Jake not finding it very easy. He's just clattering from wall to wall here. He's going to need a good comeback or maybe some stutters in order to get level with Nuno. He looks like he might have hit the wall there. He definitely lost some momentum out of that final corner. Nuno takes the nice wide line into that hairpin. And he's just going to carry on through these corners. Jake is just running deep through every single one of them. This is not very good racing from the Brit. You'd almost wonder how he made it this far. Nuno up to the final corner to end off lap 2 here and keeps the line nice and tidy. Jake squeezes into the wall on the exit. That's a pretty good line, but Nuno's was significantly faster. 1.4 seconds Jake lost on lap 2 of the third leg of the very grand finale of the Super Cup. So should be really interesting to see what can happen from here. Nuno looks to pretty much have the Brest race in the bag. It will be 2-1 to the Portuguese racer. He takes the victory here at Brest.
Jake pretty much just got caught gawking at all the new Brest here.
That's correct.
Jake, you a big fan of breasts?
Wow, what does that say?
He's lost words.
Ooh, Central Park. Oh my
Just
God,
give me a
this one.
second.
I'm not a massive fan of Brest.
You're not?
Oh, God. Right. No,
Too much clattering going on.
Thank you, Mikey. Alright, leg 4 here. It's Central Park, the track which is definitely not going to get into SL this season. Jake starts from pole position, Nuno on the front row. They drag down the Manhattan straight into turn 1. Nuno already got the better start, goes to the outside at the roundabout. They're side by side through it, and Nuno does take the lead. That's a wonderful piece of overtaking. Jake right behind in that scarlet red car. They both lag off the track, but that's actually worked out better for Jake because that closed them up a bit. He was able to take the slipstream. They're still side by side through the next sector. He's gone way too wide through there. Maybe a little bit of a bump or a rocket on his screen that sent him all the way over to that part of the track because that was not the racing line, Jake Brad. Nuno still in first place through the chicane. Jake does much better with the exit and gets the lead heading onto lap 2. Nuno sends half a move up the inside into the roundabout. Jake just needs to keep it clean through the endless squiggles of Central Park. Very gorgeous track. Does run wide on the exit there though, and Nuno will duck back through and take the overtake once more. Just a couple silly mistakes can really harm your form and your pace here. But we've seen both sides doing it. Nuno, to a certain extent, just making those crucial errors in particularly the second leg, which obviously belonged to Jake at Torje Strab, which probably explains why he loves those Polish tracks so much. He's not going to be doing too well here, and it will, looks like, be 3-1 to Nuno as we're just halfway through this final lap, barring any major mistakes. Now, 3-1's an interesting scoreline because it means we have 3 legs left. Jake can come back and still win. It's best of 7, so winning the final 3 rounds would get him ahead. However, if he loses the next race, it is curtains for Jake, and Nuno takes the second ever Super Cup.
Again.
This is the big one.
Ooh, it's John Mountain.
This is famously not a very strong track for Nuno. Sometimes we've seen him lose to the likes of even Skip, who went out in the group stage with forfeits in practice races at this track. It's pretty heavy on slipstream though. This is Jake's chance to get a foot back into the competition. Goes up the inside into the tunnel section as they wind through to the right-hander. Jake runs wide on the exit, just has to snap the car out of the walls there. Has he already lost his chance? He goes wide again. That's a corner you can cut, Jake. So is this one. If you take the tarmac on the inside, you can get a shorter racing line through the corner. Doesn't quite do that. Not sure if he is in VC. Nuno weeds his way through slightly deep into that corner. Jake goes deeper yet, but he will get a pretty good exit. Nonetheless, he's just about a second behind as they run on to lap 2 of the final race, potentially, of the entire Winter 2023 Super Cup. So this is a fascinating final tie to have. Jake again just sends it too deep into the corner. Maybe a little bit of a wall bump can help you in some places. Doesn't look like it helped him too much through there. Nuno, a pretty solid racing line through and through, and Jake just takes the grass on the exit and will get slowed down again and again. Nuno looks to have this one pretty secure, but will enjoy this. The one final lap of the Super Cup for now. So many racers put their hats into the ring. It was, I believe, 20 people who were participants in this cup. 5 groups of 4 people. Some crashed out in the group in shock. Some came through to the playoffs. And of course, when the knockout rounds started, the round of quarterfinals, the semi-finals, which we've just had, and the final. And the final looks like it's gone the way of Nuno. He won the first Super Cup and he'll win the second here at Trial Mountain. Nuno is your Super Cup world champion. Nice one, Nuno.
GG's.
And what a round.
You did it.
You did win a round against Nuno in the final. It's like Qatar scoring a goal at the World Cup. You did good.
We need a final two for shits and gigs.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's-
recording that.
Could
Goodbye.
make that.